was in the Normandy. No, we were in Germany.
Remember Snake on the phone?
We're young though. We're still young. Jackson's like fucking 18 years old. We're definitely still young.
I just graduated.
Oh, okay.
I just saw that picture of the man being inserted into someone's vagina.
Jackson learned what sex was through this podcast. He didn't know before.
Oh,
Still don't know, to be honest. You guys aren't very good teachers. One day.
So I think that's a good transition, Belle. There's something I've definitely wanted to ask for a little while. So just given your history on the internet, I imagine there's been some like really fucking weird requests you've gotten from some people. Is there any that like really stuck out to you as something like really weird and entertaining that you'd like to share?
Yeah, see, I've watched loads of these kind of documentaries before, and there was one kind of person that other people used to get that I always really wanted. And literally 2 weeks ago, I got it. I got the request that I really wanted, and it was some guy saying, I will come and pay you so that I can clean your fridge.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Is that
Can I get in on that action, please? What do I have to do?
Wait, do you want to clean the fridge, Kyle, or have your fridge cleaned?
No, can I, Belle? Can you send that guy my way? Hell, I'll let him clean my whole house. How about that?
Kaya, no. Think of the poor
Isn't it
man.
great?
That's how
You
generous I am.
can't take it, Kaya. That's too much. Come on.
That's way too much.
I know. I
I
guess.
would totally jump on it and say, yes, come forward. But just in case he's like, this is a ploy, because this is the one thing I would actually let someone come into my house for, right? So isn't that the best ploy, to like come into my house and then murder me? That's kind of how the route that I go down.
That's what I'd be
I
thinking.
mean,
Hey, but think of it on the bright
Yeah,
side.
your
Clean
first has-
fridge. Like, why not?
True.
no. Belle, your first thought has to be, oh, he's gonna rub his dick all over my food, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's his deal here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, come in your yogurt and shit. Yeah. It's going to be a mess in there.
Oh, no. And it's like, this milk tastes weird.
Did this cheese expire since yesterday?
Why are all of my containers still open? Oh, well, I'm hungry.
A little biome in there, like little mutant cheese monsters from his seed.
The fridge somehow got dirtier. He didn't even do his fucking job.
The fridge is clean, but everything's sticky. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's a shame.
Ow. So he
Didn't
would
seem like
pay
a
you.
trustworthy guy.
What's the going rate for that? Like, how much did he offer to pay you to come to your house and clean your fridge?
Like a few $100s, I think. That's what he said. Which is quite a lot, right? That's great.
Yeah.
Would he also get his own, like...
Did you try to haggle?
Would he get his own transportation, too? Or his own, like, lodging? Like there's a lot of logistics to this.
Like a
I
private jet.
don't know. Honestly, I don't even know where he lives. I wasn't quite sure if I should respond to it, so I kind of just left it. But it was still very satisfying receiving something like that. And I did think about it. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good offer. If it wasn't from like a weird possible psychopath, I think that'd be a no-brainer right there.
Yeah,
most of the
exactly.
time-
Having a clean fridge is my kink. How did he know?
Most of the time, you have to pay people to do that for you, but he was going the opposite route. I would have taken it.
Yeah, selfish fucks.
Yeah.
Trying to earn a
Those
living.
fucking assholes taking money for that shit, they should pay me. A luxury.
Oh my god.
So where do those messages go into? Where did he send that? Is there like an open like repository for them to drop it off?
I do have an email, but I kind of just filter out to like reach the business stuff. But he messaged on OnlyFans.
Oh, okay. So it was
Yeah.
an OnlyFans request.
Yeah.
Would you accept the offer under like security supervision? Like if you hired Blackwater or something to keep an eye on you and him?
I feel like that's a bit counteractive, paying a security guard to help a guy who cleans my fridge. I might as well just pay the security guard to clean my fridge.
I'm sure you could find people
True.
to pay you to be your security guard, so it all evens out.
Yeah, that'd be the worst security in history.
No,
You hire an even
he would be the
creepier
deal.
guy.
He
He
has
has to
to-
be even creepier and weirder to protect her during this.
Do you know what I could do? I could be the new mega mind Jeff Bezos, and I could have my whole warehouse of people paying to work for me. How about that?
That's genius.
Have a whole factory line.
Just get
That would actually probably work too.
Plumbing out my new bathwater line.
You're gonna eventually be like Willy Wonka, and all these dudes are gonna be your Oompa Loompas, just doing your bidding and making your fucking candy.
Yeah, I'll get them all to like dress up in the same weird like outfit.
Yeah, they're gonna sing
can only
weird
speak in
songs.
rhymes.
They're gonna sing weird songs about the shit that happens in your house day by day, just because they want to for fun.
Yeah, like Oompa Loompa doopity doo, let me clean your fridge for you.
Yes. Stop giving me
Oompa.
ideas, guys.
Oompa Loompa Dumpity Only fans. I want to sign up for your only.
Are you gonna go all Gene Wilder and invite little kids into the house and then slowly kill them off one by one?
Is that what happened?
It's literally the movie Jackson. He slowly just takes care of all of them.
Yeah.
He kills them.
No, I
yeah.
thought it was the kids that did that. Like the little Violet, whatever.
Yeah,
she got stuck in the
Jackson,
pot.
think
She was the one
about
that went
it.
in there.
They have numerous workplace accidents in which children die and nothing happens. The factory just keeps running its merry way.
No, didn't Willy
Gene
Wonka
is
like
just singing.
He scapegoated. He gave the factory to the kid at the end, so now he gets all the blame for the murder.
He signs all of
there's
the
like a
liability
scene.
to another child and flies away in an elevator.
It's like, yeah, 17 children died here and their souls are haunting us now. Could you sign here for liability, just saying that I'm not responsible for any of their deaths? It's awesome. There's like this one scene where the kid is trying to drink out of the chocolate river and falls in, and Gene is just like, yeah, I guess he's gonna get turned into a chocolate bar
He's
now.
like,
People
he's
are gonna
fat.
eat him.
I don't care.
You know what's really creepy though is that little girl, I forget her name in the movie, but the blueberry girl who gets inflated
Violet.
into a big blueberry. Was it Violet? Yeah. So that spawned a whole fetish.
Yep.
There's people out there who are
Yeah.
specifically into violet inflation, and that poor woman, the movie is old. She's dead by now, and her legacy is a bunch of creeps watching the movie and jacking off every time that 12-year-old gets inflated.
Oh,
in the movie.
it's not even her being inflated. There's people
It's just
who
a-
they get themselves or their characters drawn being inflated into a blueberry and having to get juiced.
No. I know that. I'm talking specifically. This is separate from the regular inflation porn. This is specifically blueberry
Yeah.
inflation.
Yeah, they draw,
Violet.
they get
It's-
themselves drawn in artwork, blowing up into a blueberry like she did, and getting rolled around and squished. Like
God.
literally, they want to be her in the movie, and they get off on it.
Yep, I have had this.
Yeah, have you ever got a request like that, Belle?
Yep,
Have you ever
here I
blown up
have.
into a blueberry and had to be juiced by Orange Man?
He wanted me to plump up my cheeks, you know, when you fill up your cheeks and kind of like squish on your cheeks and like get the air out. He was like really into that. So he requested a bunch of those videos, which I did.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that's pretty easy. How much
that's a
did you
big difference
charge for
there.
that?
These people with weird requests, I think they kind of know it. So I think they're kind of nervous about asking you. So I think they kind of overcompensate with like the tips or whatever. Because he tipped a lot, and I was completely fine to do this for like way lesser amount. But I was like, yes,
Don't tell them
absolutely. Oh yeah, whoops.
So let's
She's not watching the podcast right now. She's safe.
So let's flip the script a little bit. What was the most outlandish reward or gesture that you got for something simple? Like, was there ever a guy who was like, I'll give you $10,000 if you wave at me? I'll give you $1 million if you smile. Like, did you ever get any of those people who were just super enthusiastic about nothing?
Well, I did. Before I even started anything like OnlyFans or Patreon, or even was like who I am now online, I used to meet up with this guy, and we would go on like a date somewhere, and he would speak about like, 'cause he was really into computer science and all these things. So I just sit listening to him go on and on about computer science, sort of nodding my head, barely speaking. It wasn't really about me, and he paid me, I think, £2,000, which must be like $2,500 or something along those
Yeah.
lines.
Wow.
And it was crazy because it was really often as well. And it was the way that I found out about him was because he just randomly, I had an Amazon wish list like every e-thought does nowadays, and he just randomly sent me a PC on there. So I was like, whoa, like who is this person? And then I messaged him, and then he wanted to, meet up with me. So I did. And he just spoke about himself the whole time. It was great. I just sat there and I was like learning all this like crazy level computer science stuff. And, yeah, I got paid for it.
So
That's
you were
great.
just a therapist by that point.
No, not
Kinda.
even.
Was it
Yeah, you,
was it Edward Snowden?
Yeah, Edward Snowden's
just need an
real
outlet.
bored these days. I think this is actually quite a common thing, though, is a lot of guys actually do go to people who work in the sex industry and want a sort of therapist relationship. A lot of girls say they get this with guys. You know, lonely guys.
well, they probably just want to interact with women in any way. They
Yeah,
can,
I mean,
because
Yeah.
they're so-
people who are in
they just don't have the
relationships,
confidence, or
yeah, people who are in relationships or aren't lonely usually aren't going to be the ones seeking out sex workers.
Yeah,
goes hand in
yeah,
hand.
true.
I don't know. I mean, Belle, what do you think is like the ratio of people who are married or in a relationship that employ your services?
That's so hard to say because they don't really say it. There are a few that I kind of get a general idea because whenever I send things out like Polaroids or something through the mail, there are quite a lot of people that say the envelope must be discreet. So I'm kind of thinking like, oh, what are the reasonings for that? So I assume, you know, wife or roommates or something like that. But there's quite a lot of people who ask for very discreet mailing. So that kind of gives me an idea.
Makes
I
sense.
imagine it's probably not like a small number of people. I imagine it's probably going to be like a decent chunk, especially in like the current climate of things. I wouldn't be shocked.
what's the current climate of things?
Oh, like so many like married dudes go on like OnlyFans and stuff. I know that for a fact because they talk about it on Twitter.
Married men have been using like chatterbait and shit since the dawn of time, or just
Yeah.
like seeing hookers or going to strip clubs. You know, that's been a pretty common thing since marriage existed. For as long as marriage existed,
Yeah.
I mean.
I mean, there's whole dating sites for people who are married, right? What was that one that got hacked?
I was just
Oh,
about to bring
shit,
that
that
up.
was huge.
Oh, I know it.
They immediately got sent into
Madison,
fucking
something Madison,
suicide mode.
right?
Yeah, it was like Ashley
Madison.
Ashley Madison.
Ashley
Madison.
Madison.
We,
Okay.
we both got
you're
we
both
got
right.
separate parts of the name.
Cool.
That was cute.
Yeah, and it leaked. It leaked not only like passwords and stuff, but account information and usernames, so you could just look up if your spouse was cheating on you on Ashley Madison.
Oh man,
was
I'll tell
fucked.
you, there was one time that I've refunded someone's money completely, and this was
Ooh.
under like exceptional circumstances, just because I couldn't hack it. It was so fucked up. So there was this guy. He messaged a lot. He was one of like the big tipper type people, and so I would speak to him often, and he'd tell me about himself, and he worked, and he had a wife, and that's not uncommon. And honestly, it's not my place to say, you know, if you just have a wife. It wasn't my place. So I just, you know, I'd be there, I'd speak to him. And then it kind of started getting weirder. He'd send me pictures of him and his wife and his children. And then I was like, oh, this feels uncomfortable. People don't really do that.
Ooh, yeah.
And then it got even worse. And this was
No.
the point that I refunded him because he basically explained how he gets his sweet Asian wife to dress up as me, and there was pictures of her in the pink wig, and I was like, this is so fucked up. And I could almost like see that she was uncomfortable in the picture, and I was like, this is fucked up. I'm refunding your money. And I literally said, take this money and spend it on your family because I'm not comfortable with me receiving it. It's
Yeah.
so
So her
weird.
cosplay of you was that bad?
That woman is dead.
Belle just wasn't impressed. It wasn't up to standards.
Dude, that woman is dead now. But there's